So what have we been discussing for our last couple of classes? What have we been looking at in class? Who can remind me? Code, yes. So we've been looking at code. What types of code have we been looking at? Fake code, yes. Fake code. So we've been looking at this fake code. It has a very, very fancy name beginning with a P. Who can remember what the fake code is called? Pseudocode. Perfect, yes. So this is pseudocode. So as you say, yes, this is fake code. This is a way of, it doesn't run a program, it describes a problem. It's how we can share our ideas with other programmers. It's how we can share information with other programmers. So you guys all write your programs in Python, but if you want to share your design, if you want to share your ideas with somebody who writes in C or Java or JavaScript or any other programming language, we can use pseudocode to help us share our ideas. It is half English, half programming keywords. It describes exactly what we want to do. So the first thing that we're going to do today is a little bit more of our pseudocode review. I have got prepared for you guys some different pieces of pseudocode. Our first job for today is, can we turn this pseudocode into Python code? So I've got 5 quite simple programs for you to try building from pseudocode into Python, beginning quite easy and then getting more and more difficult as you work through. So the first one is simply, we are going to input a number and multiply it by something. So it's 2 numbers multiplied, no problem there. Second one, we're adding 2 numbers. We're going to add some numbers together. Then we're moving on to testing if somebody is old enough to drive. Are they old enough to have their driving license? Then after that, we have a very interesting programming challenge called FizzBuzz. I'm not going to explain what FizzBuzz does. That is up to you to build and then describe to me later in class. What is happening in this FizzBuzz program? And then finally, I'm going to treat you all to a bit of maths. We're going to be calculating factorials. So if you've seen this in maths, this is where we have a number and we put an exclamation mark after it. This means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You're going to make a program that can calculate factorials as well, only using the pseudocode to help you. So I'm giving you no Python. I'm not going to tell you anything how to do this in Python. You need to use the pseudocode to help you solve these problems. So I'll send this document to you guys now on Microsoft Teams. So we're going to need our laptops out, we're going to need to open up Python, and we're going to turn these pseudocode programs into Python programs. We're going to translate this fake pseudocode into real programming code. That is our first job for today. Reminder about how we turn Python into pseudocode and pseudocode into Python to help you guys, and then it's the 5 programs that you need to turn from this fake pseudocode into real programming code. So this is our work for today. So translate these programs. This is where we are going to start for today. So open up Python, get your laptops out, and translate these pseudocode problems into Python. Yes, exactly. Oh, cool, it's not working. So if you want to run this one for me, let's see number 1 in action. So I'm going to multiply 4 by 3. What should the answer be? Well, perfect, yeah. So that is your first pseudocode to Python translation finished. Completely finished. Good job. This is 2, then the value of x. The second time, maybe this is 3. Then we have the third number, maybe 7. Then x. The fourth time, maybe this is 5. So we're saying how many different numbers, then we allow the user to input 4 different numbers. Then our output, our total, exactly, so our output at the end would be 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 5. So our output should be, altogether, exactly. So what you can do to help you test your program. If you enter 4, your user should be able to enter 4 different numbers, and then we will calculate our total. Yeah. Cool. Let's quickly check this. Run this. Enter. Oh, this is the first one. So 6 multiplied by 2 will give us 12. How many numbers? Let's try 4. Answer is 6. So you implemented this in the same way as Steve. So could I ask Steve to explain what the correct algorithm is, and then you can build it at the same time as Steve. You can work together on this. So your loop here is working perfectly. What we have is called a logical error, because we want our users to be able to input different numbers to add together. But I've worked through this problem with Steve. Steve is now an expert on this algorithm, so he can help you. You okay, Peter? Okay, so let's run this program to see what the error message tells us. So, invalid syntax. Okay, so what's happened here is, if this line looks absolutely perfect, if everything is no problem at all, check one line above. You see? Yeah, cool. Okay, everybody, so a lot of you are getting very, very close to completing all 5 of the pseudocode challenges. One thing that I do need to remind you all is that when we sit our programming paper in the summer of next year, so in the end of year 11, we will not have a laptop. We will only have our pens and our brains to help us. So in the exam, you don't write Python code, we write pseudocode. So what we need to do now is to practice writing our pseudocode and make sure we can produce this on demand, produce this whenever we need to. So something very, very useful to have in your notes would be this table to show you exactly how each different type of pseudocode looks, so you can learn from it and start to write it in exams. We will be writing some pseudocode in MA3 after Christmas, and we will be doing some practice pseudocode mini class tests later before we break up. So if you have finished all 5 of the challenges, then make sure you get this pseudocode to Python table, the pseudocode to Python guide, down in your book. It will it'll be very, very useful. It will help you a lot in the future. So if you've finished all 5 programs, then I recommend that you get this pseudocode, beautiful pseudocode table in our books, and practice writing pseudocode by hand, because that's what we need to be able to do in the exam. Yes, it's going to be great. It's going to be really good. Yes. Okay, everybody, so we do only have a couple of minutes left. Could I gather all of your attention for just 1 minute? Which includes everybody, even the boys at the back, even Steve. I can see. So remember, today is Thursday, so that means lucky everyone, that is homework day. Wonderful. So first reminder is that last week's homework, the printer storyboards, need to be submitted to me on Teams. This is not just the storyboard homework, it's also a scanning homework. So I want a digital scanned copy of your work. I want you to create a scan of your work. So I can see lots of you have it on paper. I don't want the paper. I want a scan. We learned about scanners. Use a scanner. So I'll give you guys until the end of the week for that, because it gives you 2 days to figure out how to scan your beautiful storyboard and send it to me. I want a digital copy. And I will also send you, no pictures, scans. There are so many scanners in the school. You find one, use it. It'll be very useful for you for the rest of your school career.